I love this picture of the lighthouse at Morgan Point in Noank, where I live, about a mile from my house. It's a private residence now. I didn't take the photo, but I love the photo. Let's breathe together and pull the air in through both nostrils. And bring it down. And as you do, your belly begins to round up as the diaphragm moves down to make space for the air to move down to the bottom lobes of the lungs. And as you continue to pull the air in, the rib cage rounds and the chest swells. And then at the top, let it go and allow it to flow out, either through the mouth or the nose. And at the bottom, pull it in again. In through both nostrils, warming and filtering and humidifying the air. And spilling it out again, gently lengthening and flattening the body as you exhale. Yesterday we did something called pelvic tilts. The bed's a really great place to do it. Nice and soft and gentle. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the surface. And be aware of your sit bones and your lower back. Push down on your sit bones and gently arch your lower back. And hold there and breathe. Breathe 3 to 5 breaths. Pushing down on your sit bones, arching your spine at the lower back, gently, and breathe. And when the breath's complete, release. And this time, push the small of your back into the surface and lift your sit bones up gently. Just a small movement. Still aware of the surface on the small of your back, with your pelvis tilted and your sit bones lifted. And breathe. Breathe the long breath. Good. Now release. And this time, inhale, and as you inhale, push down on the sit bones and arch the lower back gently. And as you exhale, tilt the pelvis. Lift the sit bones gently and push the small of the back into the surface. And breathe with this movement, guiding the movement with your breath, or using the movement to guide your breath. Inhaling, pushing the sit bones down into the surface, lifting the lower back. Exhaling and lifting the sit bones and pushing the small of the back into the surface. Breathing and flexing and coordinating the breath and the movement. Like a hinge, creating range of motion gently. Good. Now again, inhale, and as you inhale, push the sit bones down and arch the lower back. and hold and breathe. And when the 3 to 5 breaths are complete, release. And now push the small of the back into the surface and lift the sit bones. And hold and breathe. Good, and then release. And continue the long breath, relaxed, the long, full, complete breath. Now draw the breath in and pull it down, round the belly, continuing to pull and rounding the rib cage and up to the chest, and at the top, take in 3 extra sniffs. Fill to the very top and then spill it out all the way, lengthening and flattening the body as the breath flows out through the nose or the mouth or both, and at the bottom 3 puffs to let go of the last bit. And do it again, pulling the breath in all the way, sniffs at the top, and then spilling it out, lengthening and flattening all the way to the bottom, and then puff out the last bit. Good. And do it one more time. Sniffing at the top and puffing at the bottom. Good. Adjusting the breath, even on the inhale and even on the exhale. In that neutral position. And when you lengthen the inhale, it's like revving your engine. And when you lengthen the exhale, it's like calming down, back to neutral. This time when you breathe in and you get to the top and you do the 3 sniffs, let go of the breath on a long sigh, audible. And do that a few times. Stimulating that long vagus nerve and building its tone and building your own ability to respond to the challenges that occur during the day, revving up when needed, and then returning back to that calm, neutral state. The long sigh breath. Good. And now this morning, let's continue celebrating the benefits of long, deep breathing and using a mantra to focus and concentrate and keep our mind on a track. It does try to jump off the track and race in a direction that it chooses. And so we practice keeping the mind focused. This morning, let's focus on the benefit of long, deep breathing. The long, deep breath cleanses the blood. The long breath cleanses the blood. And as you breathe the long, deep breath, occupy your mind. The long breath cleanses the blood. Just shorten it to cleanses the blood. Make it fit you. And breathe in and round up. And exhale and let the breath flow out, gently lengthening and flattening. Cleanses the blood. The long breath cleanses the blood. And continue breathing and focusing and using the mantra to occupy your mind, keeping it on track, practicing taking charge of your thoughts. Good. Continuing to round up on the inhale and lengthen and flatten on the exhale. Cleanses the blood. That long breath as it pulls down and goes to the bottom lobes of the lungs. It goes to where the majority of the blood flows. And there's an exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide. And it's cleansing the blood. The long breath cleanses the blood. Use the mantra and continue the long breath. And anytime your mind tries to wander, just bring it back. And continue the long breath. Cleanses the blood. Good. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.